Hey everyone, it's Jackie, and oh my goodness, I did the impossible. I completely filled a Dylusions Creative Diary. This is my creative diary. I bought it at Michael's, and I kept this journal every day in the year of 2018. It's completely filled with my memories for the year. It got so fat. All this bulk basically happened just from opening the pages and using really thin embellishments like washi tape and photographs and tissue paper. I never used anything dimensional in this book, but it's still like the elastic doesn't stand a chance. If you're wondering about how I decorated the cover, if you want more information on any of the pages, there's a playlist link below. I kept videos of this all year. I showed every month except December when I finished the pages and I talked through them. So if you want to know more about this book, just see the playlist below. But for now, we're just going to flip through it. I started it with this jelly print and a Bitmoji showing me crushing 2018, and I feel like that's just what I did. It actually got so fat that I sliced down the spine with a knife so that it had room to expand, and then I covered it with duct tape, and it seems to be holding up. So I'm just going to flip you through it. One thing I wanted to point out, my word of the year was independence. And every month is started with a sticker from the Dylusions sticker pads. So you can tell when months changed based on those stickers. So that was pretty much the only thing I kept consistent in the book from month to month. Other than that, I used all different art supplies. I used all different colors. At one point I thought about putting tabs for the months, but it just didn't work out with the pages. But what I loved about this book is that it encouraged me every week to be creative and just take some time out to play with my art supplies. I found it looks best when I'm messy and not careful. I found if I was too careful, it was more work and it didn't look as nice. So I kept it messy and all my lines are crooked. I used all the art supplies I could think of in here. I used watercolors and ink pads and sprays and crayons and stencils and stamps and brush markers and just everything. And it was just a lot of play. Every day it's just like this little space to fill in, and I found that that was totally manageable. It was low pressure to fill in such a small area because it only holds about like a sentence or two. And I always tried to use big titles because I find that when I go back and read journals, I don't actually read the tiny words, I only read the titles. So that's what kind of keeps me informed when I reread it, is all the big words like this. I'll actually stop to read, this I won't. But yeah, I did some of my best start of the year happened in this book. And now flipping through it, and remembering all these moments and seeing all these photos. Oh, I think these are my favorite pages. Seeing them all just makes me so happy. And so I'm always going to have this record of my year. And I know this is going to be one that I really like to flip through because it's just got so much interest going on every day. And this year I decided I needed a little more space than just a little box like this every day. So if you watch my channel, you know this year I'm doing a daily journal in a Create 365 large memory planner. And so I'm still getting used to that because that one's not as artsy as this one. It's a little more scrappy and it's a lot more space to fill up every day. But I'm enjoying the change too, because after you keep the same style, at least for me, after I keep the same style of journal for a year, I'm generally ready for a change. Sometimes I'm ready after a few months. But yeah, I just love this. I still did December even though I did December daily, but I didn't put as much effort into these pages as I did with the others. But I did some different colors. And then my Christmas pages. And I actually didn't journal the 31st. It went to the 30th and I was like, you know what, that's good. Then there were 3 pages left in the book. 2 of them I cut out. One of them, this one, I glued to the back cover because the back cover was just plain craft. And then on this side, I just glued a jelly print that I had. And I put a picture of the pie that I make every year. On the last day of the year, it was raw. And then I started my new book with the picture of the cooked finished pie because that's how I started my new year. I always end the new year and start the new year with a pie. So I've been doing this since 2011. So I wrote this little 2-line poem. you remember I said my word of the year was independence? I changed my mind by the end of the year. I realized I was wrong about that. So I said many years, many pies. My word of the year wasn't independence. It was harmonize. Because that was the lesson I learned this year, or I guess last year. I learned to harmonize with the world around me in so many different ways. And so I decided to change my word of the year. And that's it. It's done. This one's going in the archives. I'm so happy to be done my 2018 journaling. You have no idea. It's like March 2nd, and this was long overdue. Thank you so much for watching.